And you can see at the end, he's crawling out of mud and it's mucky. And they said, okay, that's a swampy area. I was like, don't look like no swamp I ever seen down here in Louisiana. What's good, good people? Welcome to Whole Views. Thank you for clicking that thumbnail. My name is Corey, and today we're going to be talking about Sisu, a movie that I just recently watched. I want to say that this movie was very, very good. I give it a 7.4 out of 10. Now listen, a few caveats here. It's not going to be an award-winning film. It is a straightforward, balls to the wall, over the top action film. When you watch Sisu, one of the things that you can think of, like movies that compare to it, would be like Crank, John Wick, like the newer stuff, very much over the top. Shoot 'em Up from back in the days with Clive Owen, that's one of the ones I think of, over the top, crazy action. It's in line with those things. The main thing that I want to harp on here and talk of like really positively about is the visuals category of my review. If you check the description for my breakdown of my score, you will see that the visuals mark is very high. You will also see that the pace is very high because once you get started, it does not slow down. You will also see that the entertainment score is really what carries the movie. So it's very entertaining, it's non-stop action, and the action is very crisp and well done. When I talk visuals, I tend to talk about the performances as well as the cinematography. Everybody talks about the action and the violence and how graphic this movie is, but the thing that they should be talking about is the cinematography. The cinematography here is impressive in my opinion. Give me some grace, I'm about to butcher some Finnish names here. The director of this movie is Jalmari Helander, and the cinematographer here, Jelig Lazarus. I could be horribly pronouncing that. I'm gonna put it on the screen. Hopefully those who care about that pronunciation, you can see it and possibly correct me in the comments, but I'm doing my best here. Those two individuals though need a lot of credit and they need a lot of kudos because nobody's talking about the wide shots and the beauty that they captured of the Finnish countryside. I've never been to that place, but seeing it on display was very impressive. Within the first 10 minutes of the movie, me and my wife remarked to each other that, hey, this is actually a very beautiful landscape that they're capturing here. And it's a very beautiful movie, very crisp, shot in high definition, everything came together well with how it looked. It wasn't just the graphic nature of the violence. It wasn't just the crispness of all the different action scenes and the stunt work. The visuals here that they captured, I can think of one scene specifically where our protagonist is on the ground right before the landmine scene, and he's cobbling up gold, and you can see Nazi vehicles coming in the frame. And as they come into full view, all of them are kind of lined up, and it was just well captured, and it stood out to my mind. It made me say, wow, this is shot very differently from most movies, and I like the way it's presented to us. My biggest knock on the film, and the reason that takes it away from being a perfect score or even a higher score, would be the story. Now, acting wise, you don't have much weight to lift because this is a straightforward movie. You get the backstory of Nazi Germany and their role that they're playing in Finland towards the end of World War II. And, that stuff is all relatively factual. It's just how it is in real life. And then once the movie starts and our protagonist finds the gold, that's it. There's nothing else that really needs to happen acting wise. Nobody is overly dramatic. Nobody is cartoonish. Everybody appears to be in the same scene, but at the same time, they actors wise don't have that much to work with or much heavy lifting to do because most of the movie is just action, just scene after scene after scene of things happening. Now, I will say our protagonist did a good job conveying the pain that his character actually went through, even though we know in real life this is all makeup, this is all prosthetics, this is all visual effects, and all of it came together quite well in that regard. It's just the story is nothing to it. It's a guy who finds some gold and tries to get to a bank. At the very end of the movie, he gets to the bank, he asks the gold to be converted into bills because it's easier to carry, and that's it. There's nothing else there that gives you this emotional feeling that you may get from watching a drama or a comedy or any of these films. You're gonna get a straightforward action movie, and it delivers in that regard, but the story itself is just not that big of a deal. Now, I've said balls to the wall and I've said over the top quite a few times here in this review. Let's talk about instances where they may have gone too far. Now, listen, I said, if you like this, you'll probably like Shoot 'em Up. If you like this, you'll probably like Crank. If you like this, you'll probably enjoy the John Wick movies. movies. And all those movies have instances where they go way too far and they are beyond the pale of belief. They are at a point where, as the audience members, like, we just can't believe that a person would live through all these things, right? There's only, I think, 2 times in this movie where they go too far, in my opinion, where it's like, man, I can no longer just watch this. They've crossed boundaries. I'm like, there's no way this man could survive. One, because I'm a firearms guy, right? So there's a scene where he's crawling out of the water and he's using a body over his back, and there's a tank mounted machine gun. If you know anything about bullets, those bullets are so big and they're going so fast. There's no way using a body as your shield would protect you in that moment. Speaking of shield, there's also a moment that is in this movie very similar to Wonder Woman, not 84, but the first Wonder Woman, where she has her shield and the bullets are deflecting. He has some type of shield and bullets are deflecting. I was able to let that go because in that moment, everybody's kind of like blind firing into smoke. So it's likely that if he crouched down behind something, maybe he can make it through that maelstrom of gunfire. So I was cool with that moment. It was the boat moment where he got onto the shore. He had a body covering him. That body wouldn't have protected him in that moment. And there's another moment at the end where he's on the plane and the plane crashes. Now, I read synopsis. I had to go and read. And reading that, a synopsis said that it crashed into a swamp. Now, I've never been to Finland, but swamps in Louisiana don't look like the swamp that they said he crash landed into on the end of the film. They said it was a swamp. I thought it was just dirt. And you can see at the end, he's crawling out of mud and it's mucky. And they said, okay, that's a swampy area. I was like, don't look like no swamp I ever seen down here in Louisiana. But whatever you guys say, man, it was good. That moment though, I was like, there's no way this guy could survive this. But it was at the end of the film. We all know at this point, there's gonna be some type of a happy ending because it's that type of movie where the good guy's gonna prevail no matter what. And it was cool to see him prevail no matter what, and that he kept coming back after everything they did him in this movie. So it was cool stuff. I thought the movie was good. It's not gonna, win any awards, although that cinematography is impressive. And all the actors and actresses did a good job with what they were given to do. All the stunt work was crisp. VFX looked good, especially with the practical blowing up bodies and stuff. All of it was really, really, good. It was done very well. And I had a good time with it. Let me know how you felt about the movie if you did get a chance to watch it. That's all I have for this one, y'all. Enjoy yourself, guard your heart, and go watch something good.